Hello, Deanna here, and thanks so much for being here. So today's video is going to be a bit of a July 2022 book haul, as these are some of the books that I have gotten in the month of July 2022. We're going to start off with these books that I got on Amazon over the last few weeks that came in July. As you can see, I've read at least one of them and I'm started another, but let's get into what books are these. So recently I've gotten really back into learning more about Greek mythology. I think it started right around when I read A Song of Achilles earlier this year, and I also read the entire Percy Jackson series. So that's really sparked some more love of trying to get back into learning more about Greek mythology. And so I thought I would grab a copy of the Iliad and the Odyssey by Homer, but this one is a redone version by Barry Powell. So Barry Powell has gone through and he's redacted some of the different lines and some of the certain sections that maybe he just summarized quickly, but he goes through and he gives like a little bit of some information, some background in little footnotes and things like that. So I thought this would be a nice way to try to digest the Iliad and the Odyssey. So I picked this up. I've already read a bit of it. This is where the Iliad is, and then this part is the Odyssey. So I'm definitely interested in reading this. I have a general idea of what the Iliad is and the Odyssey. I think I've read some of them way back, or at least parts of them way back in like high school English class when we were reading about Homer and learning about Greek mythology, when all of my love for Greek really sparked up even more. But I don't remember a lot of it. I know the idea. I know that the Iliad is about Achilles and the 10-year war of the Trojan War in Troy, though I did not realize it was a 10-year war until recently when I was reading A Song of Achilles. Then I was like, wow, it spanned over 10 years. But that's what the Iliad, and then the Odyssey is one of the figures from Greek mythology, from the Homer writings that was from Iliad, but he's trying to get back home is what I understand the Odyssey to be about, and his adventures trying to find his way back home and some of the things he comes up against, like bumping into Calypso and things like that. So I am very interested to read these and get just a good base of where some of this Greek started mythology in this text. So I'm very excited to get some of that understanding and get into this. So that's the Iliad and the Odyssey by Barry Powell. I promised myself I can't read this one yet because I already started getting sucked into it, and I was like, wait, you got some other stuff on your TBR. This one might have to wait for a minute, but I'm excited to get into this when I can. Then my next book that I got was because I was going on vacation and I wanted to get a couple of books to read while I was on vacation. Mission accomplished, already completely read, and that is Colleen Hoover, November 9. So I've already completely read the book November 9. I have a review that will either be posted prior to this or after this. I will try to get that figured out, but at some point it'll be on my channel because I have recorded a video of my book review for this book and all of my thoughts and annotations. So it's all ASMR. It's right here, and we've got November 9th is my other book. So this one is about our main characters are from dual point of views. We've got Fallon and we've got Ben, and Ben and Fallon meet on November 9th it is a very significant date, and they plan to meet every year on November 9th for 5 years, and they're going to see how their relationship progresses. But Ben is hiding some type of secret, and maybe he's not being very straightforward with Fallon about his intentions, as he is a writer, and maybe Fallon has just fallen victim as his muse. So this one was interesting. It was very intriguing, trying to find out what the whole plot was and what was the secret that Ben was hiding, but it was very interesting, and I did really enjoy this one. So that was November 9th. I picked this up in July, and I've already read it. And my next book that I am already reading and enjoying is The School for Good and Evil, and this one is by Soman Chainani, and I am intrigued by this so far. It's really an interesting book. It's a book about two girls, Agatha and Sophie, and there is rumors that there are rumors in their small town that children are taken to the school for good or evil, and they either are going to be a princess, have a happily ever after, or they're going to be the evil one in the fairy tales. But somehow their fortunes are turned, and they each end up at the alternate school, and it's essentially how they deal with that and cope with that, because it's beyond what they imagined, and they're just gonna have to live through their own fairy tale adventures. So right now I am about this far into it. I am intrigued so far. It's very interesting. It's a middle grade book, so be aware of that when you're getting into this. It's a middle grade type reading level, and it's got that kind of middle grade like feel. So it's got a little bit of like the Harry Potter kind of, Howl's Moving Castle, like a little bit of that kind of reading style a bit. So just be mindful if you're picking that up. But I like middle grade readers. I enjoy them. I've read quite a few of them. I love them. So I am enjoying this reading. I'm intrigued to see what is going on with these two girls, and I will probably have a review posted at some point once I'm done this book. But so far I am enjoying The School for Good and Evil. I have a very, very, very absolutely wonderful Nana-in-law. So she is my husband's Nana, and we love her dearly. She is the ultimate Nana. She's just your wonderful Nana that bakes cookies and is sweet and lovely, and we all love her. And she knows how much I love books. So she is such a sweetheart that she tries to get books for me when she can. She lives in a home where they sometimes will put the books that people have already read out for others to read. So sometimes I get to be able to get some of those books to check them out. So she got a whole bag here of books that I'm gonna go ahead and go through and see what did she get me. So we've got Sheila Roberts, Winter at the Beach. And it's got a 2 that looks like it's actually written in by someone. So someone wrote a 2 on this. So that is interesting. It is very much like your mass paperback novel. That's what a lot of the ones that she gets me are just the mass paperback. And this is: the town of Moonlight Harbor needs to convince tourists that the beach is still the place to be, even when the sunshine goes south for the winter. Jenna Jones, new proprietor of the Driftwood Inn, has the perfect idea: a holiday festival called Seaside with Santa. Jenna is happy to throw herself into planning the event. With all the decorating, preparation, and extra reservations at the inn because of the festival, and with 2 wonderful but very different men hoping to claim more of her time and her heart, Jenna is busy. Busy, but happy. Even with her troublesome ex in the picture, life feels as close to perfect as she's ever known. Until the weather turns her festival into a farce. Suddenly, Mother Nature is not only raining on Jenna's parade, the old bats trying to blow the floats and their princesses out to sea. Soon, everyone is without power, and the road out of town is blocked, and Jenna has a full motel. After the generator conks out, she's not so sure she and her guests will make it through to the new year in one piece. With a little pulling together and a lot of holiday spirit, everyone might find that life and Christmas is always good at the beach. So it's a wintry trip to the harbor in her latest holiday novel. Very interesting. So this clearly is winter at the beach. And as I just read that little blurb, it's about Christmas stuff. So I might have to hold off on this one, read it when it's Christmas, which is quite a while away, unless I do like Christmas in July, but we'll see. I might wait until December to read this one and check out Sheila Roberts. And we've got the #1 best-selling author, Katie Ford? It's like Ford? It's Never Too Late to Fall in Love. A Rose Petal Summer. So she's recognized him the moment he'd entered the room, but he didn't appear to remember her. Of course, it had been nearly pitch dark when they had met, and so long ago. He laughed, and Caro's heart gave a lurch. He was the one who got away, the young man with whom Caro had spent one magical evening in Greece, and who she'd never forgotten. Now, years later, they've met once more in a beautiful old house in Scotland. Soon, Caro is falling for him, all over again. But will this be the summer he falls in love with her? Love, second chances, wedding preparations, and the promise of happy endings lie at the heart of Katie Ford's new novel. I'm really sorry if I'm saying her last name wrong at all, but very interesting. I haven't heard of her but this is again another kind of mass paper book like novel, and I'm kind of intrigued. It looks, pretty light, beachy type reading, and I might just have to take this one with me when we go on our next summer vacation. So this one might be an August read when we go on vacation. Let's see what else we've got. We've got Joe Goodman, A Place Called Home. It's Where You Belong. When Thea Wineham and Mitchell Baker learned they've been named joint guardians for their late friend's 3 children, they're little more than acquaintances. Barely polite acquaintances at that. Something about Mitch's forthright intensity has always left ad exec Thea feeling off balance, while Mitch makes no secret of his disdain when Thea offers him financial assistance if he'll take sole guardianship. Thea is far from heartless. She's just plain terrified of her new parenting responsibilities. Both she and Mitchell are romantically involved with other people. Yet the more time they spend together, the less certain she is of her loyalties. There are complications and missteps, tears and laughter, lots of it. And somehow, through it all, the dawning realization the last place she thought she'd find herself could be just where she belonged. That sounds like an interesting premise. Very cool. It sounds almost similar to the movie. I cannot think of the name of what it's called, but it's with Katherine Heigl and Fergie's husband. Oh God, I cannot think of his name. I'll put it here. I'm sorry, I don't have his name. Josh something, I think it is. Josh? I can picture him in my head. I know who he is. He was in like some movies, like I'm pretty sure he was in Transformers, and there's a few other movies he's definitely been in, but I'm gonna put a screen of which one I'm talking about, so you guys will know before I know right now of what it's called. But it definitely reminds me of that movie where they inherit their best friend's daughter. So that's kind of interesting. I did enjoy that movie very much. So perhaps I will enjoy this book where they have to take care of their late friend's children and possibly fall in love at the same time. I get a lot of romances when she gets me books, which I do love romance, so it's a lot of fun. Next one, we've got Fern Michaels, The Real Deal. The Real Deal. So this one says, sometimes even the strongest woman needs a little protection. Resourceful and steadfast FBI agent Quinn Starr has always relied on herself. How else could she have survived the boys' club of the bureau or navigated the heartbreak of a thwarted affair with her boss? Now Quinn risks her life every day in the Secret Service, protecting the First Lady of the United States. Unfortunately, she can't safeguard her from the ruthless advisors who are intent on hiding the president's debilitating illness from their for their political gain. Suspecting a conspiracy that places the fate of the president, his wife, and the nation on the line, Quinn whisks the First Lady out of the capital to her South Carolina home. But are they truly safe from whoever is pulling the strings in this lethal game? And Quinn's fortitude is tested even more when a mysterious lover emerges from the shadows of the past. Interesting, interesting. Very interesting. So I'll have to check out Fern Michael's The Real Deal. We've got Rayanne. I really love that name. Rayanne Thane, Season of Wonder. So we've got another one that looks pretty wintry. So this might be another winter read. He's giving her children a season of wonder. Danny Capelli seizes a chance to start over in a small town with her daughters. Ooh, it's got Hallmark written all over it. Now facing her first Christmas in Haven Point, she wonders if leaving New York was a mistake. Danny loves working alongside veterinarian Dr. Morales, but her two children aren't adjusting to small town life. But then there's Ruben Morales, Danny's next door neighbor, and her boss's son. Gorgeous, muscled, and dependable. The deputy sheriff is everything she secretly craves but can't bear to risk loving and losing. Ruben never pictured himself falling for a big city woman like Danny, but beneath her prickly facade, she's caring and soft-hearted, and she needs all the love and protection he can give. When Danny's teenage daughter starts acting out, Ruben draws on family traditions to show the girls just how magical a Haven Point Christmas can be. But can he convince Danny that she's found a home for the holidays and forever in his arms? That's definitely going to be a Christmas read. I do love that name though. Rayanne. Oh, that's a pretty name. Oh, this looks like a fun, light, nice read too. Just like first impression. I am loving just how quick and like easy it looks. Like the words don't look too condensed for a paperback. Like sometimes when you get like a mass paperback, it's like such small writing and it's hard to read, but this one looks not too bad. I like it. I like it. It feels like nice, fun. Have to check that one out come this winter. All right, we've got a couple more here. Let's see what else we've got. We've got Jill Mansell, Meet Me at Beachcomber Bay, where the best kept secret is love. Here we go. We got the Meet Me at Beachcomber Bay. Says, it's summer in Cornwall and love is in the air, but it's not all plain sailing. Clemency loves a man who can't quite be hers. She ropes in a friend to help hide her feelings, but wires soon begin to get crossed. Ronins always charm the ladies. Is this another Ronin? Isn't that Vita Ronin? Oh, Ruben and Rowan. Ronan always charmed the ladies, but it's not working this time. If only he could undo what happened that night. Belle seems to have the perfect boyfriend, but something doesn't ring true, and revelations are rising to the surface. As sunshine warms the sand and the turquoise sea sparkles, one thing is clear. Buried secrets have a way of being found out. Just heavenly, just Jill. Wow, interesting. Sounds like very much another summer beach read. Ooh, we got a little map in the front. I love maps. That's cute. That's cute. I love it. Wow. This one seems interesting. Little fun. I wonder what that night is. That's what has me intrigued, is what happened that night. What does that mean? What innuendo does that mean? So I'm gonna have to check out this one at some point during this summer, hopefully. All right, we got beach read. We got 2 more books left. I recognize that name. I think this is the first author where I've actually been like, yes, I know that author. And that's Mary Higgins Clark. And, oh, and then there's also another, it looks like, End Alla Fair Burke, the queen of suspense. Piece of my heart. We've got thrilling collaboration. Ooh. So this is a thrilling collaboration between Mary Higgins Clark and Alafair Burke. And it says, television producer Lori Moran must solve the kidnapping of her fiancé's nephew just days before her wedding. Lori Moran and her fiancé, Alex Buckley, the former host of her investigative television show Under Suspicion, are just days away from their midsummer wedding when Alex's 7-year-old nephew, Johnny, vanishes from the beach. Witnesses recall Johnny playing in the water and collecting shells near an ice cream shack, but when his new sitter turned her head, he had vanished. As the sun sets, Johnny's skim board washes up on shore, and everyone realizes that he could be anywhere, even in the ocean. Could the abduction be related to the wedding? Was Lori's 10-year-old son Timmy the intended target, or was Johnny abducted by a stranger? Lori and Alex, along with Johnny's parents and Leo Farley, Lori's father and a retired NYPD detective, are determined to track down every lead. A ticking clock, a sinister stalker, and fresh romance combine in this exhilarating follow-up to the best-selling You Don't Own Me, a riveting page-turner from Clark and her dazzling partner in crime, Alafair Burke. This is the masterful final novel from the beloved queen of suspense, Mary Higgins Clark, who was literally writing this novel up until the day she passed away. Okay, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, that just added, like, that chills. Oh, I didn't know that. I had no idea that she'd passed away. Okay, this is definitely going on, like, top list to, like, read this. Like, not only is it, like, really intriguing what's going on, the mystery, like, the intrigue, but, like, the fact that it's Mary Higgins Clark's, like, last book. Oh, I have to read this. I have to read this. Okay, I'm reading this one. This is definitely one that's getting put on my TBR ASAP. Okay, and the final book that Nana got me is Gil Paul, The Secret Wife. So this one, she said she wants to know what I think of. It says, a Russian Grand Duchess and an English journalist linked by one of the world's greatest mysteries. 1914. Russia is on the brink of collapse, and the Romanov family faces a terrifying, uncertain future. Grand Duchess Tatiana has fallen in love with cavalry officer Dmitri, but events take a catastrophic turn, placing their romance and their lives in danger. 2016. Following a devastating revelation, Londoner Kitty Fisher flees her marriage and her home and escapes to her great-grandfather's cabin on the remote shores of Lake Akanabi, New York State. There, she discovers the spectacular jeweled pendant that will lead her to an extraordinary, long-buried family secret. Perfect for fans of Kate Morton and Dinah Jeffries. Ooh, now this is like, I love books like this. They're floppy and they're big, so this isn't a mass paper book at all. And I am very intrigued. So this might go after I read Mary Higgins Clark. So, sounds like we've got some really great reads. Yay! Yay for Nanas, because look at this stack. This is amazing. This is all just banana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. So here's my big stack of books that I got. So I got about 11 books here in the month of July. So that's a pretty good haul. It's a pretty good haul, especially considering most of these are from wonderful Nana. I am so happy that she got me this huge stack of books. Look at this. This is amazing. I love it. All right, so this is all the books I got. It's all the books I got in the month of July. That's a lot of books. So that's a lot of things that I gotta figure out. Some of those are gonna be great for like some winter reads, and some of them are gonna be really fun beach reads. So we're gonna be hopefully going to the beach a lot this summer. So I've got some books that I can definitely read, stick in a beach bag, and head to the beach. So I'm excited, I'm happy, and I'm so grateful to my wonderful Nana, who I love, who got me some wonderful books to read. Well, that's it. I've got a couple books I think on the way as well, because I did just buy another book, and I'm reading Circe that I got as well as some others. So I'll keep you posted on those, and if there's any reviews that I will do for them, come back and check them out. I'd love to see you here. I'm sure I'll have some thoughts on some of these books soon that I will come out with. But other than that, I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself, and you will see me next time. Bye!